Here to brighten center stage is contestant number 5, code 4744, with the selection, The Tragic School Bus.
The highlight of 3rd grade was being taught by the one and only Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus. From her bright curly orange hair to her vibrant dress matching the lesson of the day, she made learning absolutely magical. Her lessons, out of this world. Homegirl redirected an asteroid from destroying Earth. Beat that, NASA. The Frizz, as I like to call her, transformed learning from the traditional 4 walls of classrooms, allowing for real experiential learning. However, when assessed under Washington, D.C.'s school district's teacher evaluation rubric, Miss Frizzle received a mere 2.2 out of 5 and deemed minimally effective. As the Washington Post explains, under these standards, Miss Frizzle would fizzle. Likewise, with our own real Miss Frizzles, we have undervalued, underappreciated, and degraded educators. And I'm worried that if we continue to vilify educators, America will continue to lose. Magical teachers, whether it be South Dakota teachers made to compete against one another for basic school supplies, or Larry Arnn, education advisor to Tennessee Governor Bill Lee, claiming that teachers come from the dumbest parts of the dumbest colleges. Educators raise each generation of thinkers, nurturing and challenging each individual entrusted to them. But lately, they have been under attack on a scale like we've never seen, consistently humiliated. U.S. Secretary of Education Miguel Cardona says it best: we have a teacher respect issue in this country. So today, let's hop on the tragic school bus. And first, explore why we demonize teachers. Then, understand its inevitable consequences. Before finally, learning to love and acknowledge the Miss Frizzles in our own lives. It's easy to paint teachers as the villain of the story because, well, they're the perfect scapegoat. Callie Gass, special education teacher of 11 years, proclaims, teachers are always a scapegoat, never the goat. Society is quick to pass blame to teachers. For instance, the shift of tying teacher pay with student scores began under the Bush administration's 2001 No Child Left Behind policy. It focused on boosting scores instead of dealing with underlying issues like poverty, lack of funding and resources. The attempt to reform education only pointed the fingers at teachers, and the means of scapegoating them has only become more mainstream. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin offers a tip line to report teachers caught spreading controversial topics. And Republican group Moms for Liberty offers a $500 bounty on teachers teaching critical race theory. These ideas of throwing teachers under the school bus isn't new. The means of doing so has only expanded. It's also easy to exploit teachers because teaching is a helping profession. Clinical psychologist Holly O'Keefe explains, that we expect teachers to be passionate enough to put up with poor pay, poor treatment, and a host of responsibilities outside of their job description. And speech and debate is no exception. KM Deco, founder of the Brooklyn Debate League, a nonprofit speech and debate camp, paid registration fees, washed suits, and stayed late for students who didn't feel safe going home, all while teaching a full class load and coaching after school. When a former student asked, "How could you afford to do this as a public school teacher?" Deco responded, "I couldn't, but I saw you all as an investment." Teachers have become the providers in the welfare system we call public education. And this has long-lasting consequences on educators' health. The overburdening of school systems has pushed teachers to physical and mental exhaustion. The 2022 National Education Association study reveals that the most serious issue educators are experiencing is burnout, which has only been exacerbated by the pandemic. Even the most loving and well-intentioned teachers fizzle. Linda White, teacher of 21 years, explains that teachers were not equipped to handle the social, emotional trauma that students had experienced. Due to panic attacks and a mandated stress leave, she had no choice but to retire. In fact, the US is seeing a mass exodus of teachers. My home state of Florida began this school year with 9,000 teacher vacancies. School systems were already crumbling, with educators hanging on by a thread. But now, teachers have no choice but to let go. And those who have decided to hang on are left helpless. Time and time again, during emergencies, teachers have been the only line of defense. In the 2012 Sandy Hook school shooting, first grade teacher Victoria Soto placed herself in the line of fire to shield her students. In the 2018 Stoneman Douglas school shooting, school resource officer Scott Peterson hid as history teacher Scott Beagle and coach Aaron Feist sacrificed their lives to provide coverage for students. And in the 2022 Uvalde school shooting, 376 officers waited 77 minutes before approaching the attacker, while fourth grade teachers Irma Garcia and Ava Mirles were fatally shot as they shielded their babies from gunfire. We have neglected and left teachers defenseless. And when the good guys with the guns fail, teachers are left to protect and serve. All on their own. So, what do? Well, first, we have to start acknowledging teachers as the good guys. Veteran teacher Nancy Flanagan explains that teachers have just spent the past 2 years proving that they can adapt and excel under terrible conditions. Honor that. This can be as simple as writing an appreciation letter. In 2016, fourth grade me did this for my very own Miss Frizzle. Ms. Zadie, I emailed her over winter break, thanking her for making my first 4 months of 4th grade feel like one. Or rather, a one-way trip on the magic school bus. Unbeknownst to me, she posted that email on Facebook, saying that messages like mine made her excited to get back to work. 8 years later, she texted me, saying that email is one she still cherishes today. Because in a society that degrades teachers, a little bit of kindness, a little bit of humanity goes a long way. But let's be honest, saying thank you doesn't magically fix underfunded classrooms or increase teacher pay. My teachers have always made wonders out of nothing, but they shouldn't have to. Bronx public school teacher Charles Best founded Donors Choose, an online platform designed to fund classrooms. If you go to the website, you could put in your zip code and view teachers right in your community requesting classroom resources. And the website is completely transparent, showing you where every dollar goes. And if you really, really want to help, author and teacher Abby Kidd says, go vote. Thank a teacher by voting for candidates who support the discontinuation of this exploitation. Being of Nigerian heritage, education is a pillar of my culture. As my mom, a former high school teacher, always told me, education is a gateway to endless opportunities. But education isn't possible without our teachers. Miss Frizzle opened my mind and sparked my imagination. But she had nothing on my 3-dimensional teachers. Like Miss Christina, whose gift of a book is a principal reason I am the orator I am today. Or Dr. Sood, who inspired me and made it possible for me to pursue my dream of medicine. Or Profe Silva, que me dio la confianza para aprender y hablar en español. Or my coach, who is the reason I am standing on this stage and sharing this message with you all today. To every teacher who has impacted my life for the better, thank you. Thank you for making my life so much more magical. It's time we start treating teachers as the caring professionals they are. So, in the words of the Frizz, take chances, make mistakes, and get messy. Class dismissed.